Solve some percent problems. So here we have 5 problems. Let's try the first one. So number 1 here. So it says Ron correctly answers 47 out of 75 questions on the exam. What is his percent? So kids are always asking, sir, what's my percent? What's my percent? Okay, so 47 out of 75. So I write 47 out of 75. Now we want to know what that is on 100. What's his percent? So I just have to write over 100. And what's the percent? And there we have a proportion. And how do we solve the proportion? We just cross multiply. So we just multiply this times that divided by that. So let's do it. 47 times 100 divided by 75. And what does that give us? 47 times 100 equals, divided by 75 equals 62.7. Let's round it off to 62.7. So I write 62.7%. Okay, that's the first one. Pause the video if you want to write it down. Let's do the next one. So let's erase this part and do the next one. Okay, the next one is, let's see, what does it say? Jean earned $40 babysitting one weekend and spent 15% of her earnings. How much did she spend? So she spent 15% of her earnings. So how much did she spend? 15% of her earnings, which were $40. So this is a straightforward problem. 15%, that's 15 divided by 100 times $40. And that gives you 0.15 times $40. And that's what? 4 times 15 is 60. So it's $6. Let's check that. 0.15 times 60 equals, oops, $9. My mistake. So it's $9. Wait a minute, did I make a mistake? 0.15 times 40. That was 6. I made a mistake. So it's not 9, it's 6. See, I made that mistake on purpose just to show you that, sometimes we make a mistake and we find our mistake. So that was the answer. $6. Okay, let's try the next one. Next one. Let's erase this part. Let's do it. Number 3. What's number 3? Number 3. The attendance at school on Friday was 551 students. This was 95% of the total enrollment. So okay, here's a tricky one. 95% is 551 students. So there are more than 551 students in the school. This represents 95%. So since they give us a percent, that's easy. I'll just write 95 over 100. And now this 551, that's not the total. That's 95%. So it goes on top. It goes on top. 551. And this is the totals at the bottom. It's going to be more than 551. So these are easy if you set them up properly. So now I just go like this. And I cross multiply again. 551 times 100 divided by 95. And that'll give us the answer. So let's see. 551 times 100. 551 times 100 equals, divided by 95, 580. So it's 580. There are 580 students in the school. Okay, that was number 3. So let's try another one. Number 4. Number 4 here. So what's number 4 here? Number 4 is Nan earns $24.90 a month after income tax, pension, and bonus. Her take-home pay is $192. What percent of her salary is her take-home pay? Okay, so here we have a total amount of, this is her earnings, but she only takes away this much is how much she takes home. They're asking for her take-home pay. What does she take home? This is what she takes home in dollars out of this. So what's her percent? What percent is that? So 1992 divided by 2490. What is that on 100? Again, you have a proportion, and then you just cross multiply. So 1992 times 100 divided by 2490. We can estimate that as about 80%. Let's see what that actually is. 1992 times 100 divided by 2490. Here's my calculator. 1992 times 100, just add two zeros, equals, divided by 2490, 80%. I guessed right. So 80%. So she takes home 80% of her pay. The rest is taxes and stuff. Okay, let's do the last one. Erase this. And number 5. What's number 5 here? Number 5. And in one day, Brian read 85 pages of a book. This was 20% of the entire book. Okay, again, 85 represents 20%. 85 is not the total, it's 20%. If this was 20%, so now we write the proportion. We're looking for the percent, right? So, no, we have the percent. So it's 20%, 20%. Now the 85 is not the total, it's how much, it's the 20%. So it goes on top because it matches the 20%, right? So 20% is 85. So 20% is 85. And then we cross multiply 8,500 divided by 20. That's going to be the answer. So 85 times 100 is 8,500 divided by 20. Let's do that. 8,500 divided by 20. 8,500 divided by 20 equals 425. So the book has 425 pages. 425 pages. And that's the answer. Those are the answers for these 5 questions. Thank you for listening. Remember, like and subscribe, kids.